Good day and welcome back to Sheldon's Gardening Tips, your complete DIY guide for everything lawn and garden care. Now in this video, I'll be showing you how to manually core aerate your lawn. Now core aeration is the process of removing plugs or cores of soil from the lawn. So this is essentially the creation of holes in the lawn to allow for water, air and nutrients to reach the root of the plants. Now these are usually about 2 to 4 inches deep. So core aeration, it reduces compaction. Now compaction or the reduction of compaction within itself has a number of benefits to your lawn. Now, for one, by loosening the soil or by core aerating the lawn, thus loosening the soil, it improves the growth of the roots of the grass. So if the soil is compacted, then it makes it difficult for the roots to grow deep and to spread out. And by core aerating and reducing the compaction, it means the soil is loosened. Thus, it makes it easier for the roots of the grass to grow deep as well as to spread out wide. Now, core aeration also helps to improve water absorption of the lawn. So, if the lawn is compacted, then when it's watered, the water will basically just stay on the surface and then will eventually run off without actually going down to the roots of the plants. Now, by core aerating the lawn, thus basically pouring holes into the lawn, it means that there's a path for water to make its way down to the roots of the plants. Now, we all know that when the plant has more water, the plant is more hydrated, the plant is eventually healthier. And it also means that you are actually wasting less water, because if the soil is compacted and you water quite regularly, or if you even receive plenty rainfall, basically the water is just staying on the surface and then running off without making its way down to the roots of the grass. Core aeration also improves nutrients uptake for the grass. So when with these holes in the lawn, it means that the nutrients that is within the soil, it makes it easier for that nutrients or for the plants, the roots of the plants to grow, to reach the nutrients. Also, it improves the oxygen flow. And with improved oxygen flow to the root of the plants, it also improves microbial activities within the soil itself. Now, this is a section of the lawn I'm seeking to core aerate because I've been struggling with compaction for quite a while. Whenever this lawn is watered, the water will just stay on the surface, then it will just run off. And as you can see, the grass itself has not done extremely well. It has not done well at all in this section because of the compaction. Now, this basically is just a small section that I am going to be core aerating. Now, if you have bigger areas to core aerate, well, for sure, it's going to be extremely difficult using this manual core aerator. In such circumstances, you would be advised to maybe rent a core aerator if you are in an area where those facilities are available. Where I'm living in Kingston, Jamaica, I am not aware of any facility that does rental of core aerators. So in the future, I have one of my main plans is to purchase a powered core aerator. At this time, I am just not in a position where I can afford one. So that's one of my future plans. Now, the only tool that I'll be using for this job is the manual core aerator. And of course, I'll be wearing a pair of gloves. So to use the core aerator is basically just a matter of placing the 3 springs on the ground using your feet. Now, before you core aerate, it's important that the lawn be watered a day or two before, because as you can imagine, if the soil is compacted, it might be very difficult to penetrate the soil. Now, I had rainfall yesterday, so that is making my job much less difficult. Sorry. So keep it as closer together as is possible. As you can imagine, this is going to be extremely time consuming. So as I push down in the soil, the plugs that are taken from the soil will rise through the tube and are caught in this little storage area. Now this is the length of course maybe 2.5 to 3 inches deep. That's how deep I've gone into the soil. What I'll do once I've completed the core aeration, so the plugs are being removed at the same time as the core aeration is taking place. So what I'll do, I'll be leveling this section of the lawn using sand as well as some manure. So I will allow sand and manure to get down into the cores. The sand will serve to improve the drainage, and the manure will help to improve the structure of the soil. So they will both work to reduce compaction in the long run. After completing 2 rows, this is how much I've caught in the catcher. It's quite a good amount. And as you can see, it's about 2.5 to 3 inches long each core. So that's how much soil have been removed from each of these holes. And then I fill in these holes with manure and sand. So whenever you're doing this job, from time to time, the plugs will fail to come all the way up, and as a result, the hose get stuck. So this tool was provided with the kit, and that's what has to be used to clear the hose. So with the hose blocked, you will still get holes bored in the ground. However, the cores won't be removed. So those is just basically these compressing the soil and pushing it down. It doesn't take out the core. So it still serves to get holes in the ground. However, it compresses the soil as opposed to pulling out the plugs. Okay, so I will continue the process off camera. So as you can see, it's very time consuming. It might take me another hour or hour and a half to complete this task. I will need to rest from time to time, so I will continue off camera, and then once it's finished, I'll come back to show you the finished product. So this is now the finished product. So as you can see, lots of holes now in the ground. So what these holes will do, they will provide a pathway for water, oxygen, and the nutrients to get down to the roots of the grass. So now with water here and nutrients reaching the roots of the grass will eventually become much healthier. So within a few weeks' time, the results should be made evident. So what I'll be doing, I'll be top dressing the lawn using sand and manure. So I'll be driving manure and sand down into the cores. And as I said before, the sand will help to improve the drainage, and the manure will help to improve the structure of the soil. So in the long run, what we should have is a soil which is less compacted. So for quite a while, this section of the lawn has not done well. And the main reason for that is the soil is quite compacted. So whenever the lawn is watered, or whenever it's fertilized, so the water and the fertilizer had difficulty getting into the roots of the grass. And what you have to bear in mind is that when you water or fertilize your lawn, the soil is what you're actually treating. And it's just as a result of a soil that is full of nutrients, the plants will eventually respond accordingly. So in the next video, weather permitting, I'll be top dressing the lawn using sand and manure. Also, these edges where the curb wall is, these will be cleaned up. So from the masonry job was done, these edges were not cleaned. So these will be cleaned soon, and the lawn should be looking a lot tidier. So there you have it, manual core aeration. Bear in mind that this process is only possible, I would say, when you're doing small sections of your lawn. If I were to do the entire lawn, then most definitely I would need a powered core aerator, and that is something I intend to purchase in the not too distant future because I quite like the idea of core aerating my lawns. So thanks very much for watching. I will see you again in future videos.